Hello, good morning and welcome to the sports segment with me, Oreko Ampofo, and as Mama V did rightly say, I was pretty confident in the Black Stars because if you look at Ghana, we're ranked 48th in the world and Sudan are all the way down in 128th in the world. Certainly, if you look at that, there should be a disparity between the two countries. And that should have manifested in the scoreline. Unfortunately, CK Akono's side lost their first game of the qualification series after conceding late on the road. Mohamed Abdul Rahman's late effort handed Sudan a 1-0 home victory over Ghana in the 2022 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers on Tuesday. Now, the injury time goal secured all 3 points for the host in Group C on match day 4 at the Al Hilal Stadium in Omdurman.
Jordan Ayew leads out the Black Stars against Ghana. Ghana looking to seal their place in the finals. Uber Velud's Sudan are trying to challenge for a top 2 finish. They've got a long way to go. That's a lovely first touch by Ekuban, who's recovered from the knock. Caleb Ekuban takes on the shot. In comes the shot. Dan and Abdul Rahman does very well. And now there's going to be a chance for Abdul Rahman to open the scoring. Dowda smothers it. Abdul Rahman crosses, and it's Wakaso. Great ball by Wakaso, but the goalkeeper sweeps up very well. Abu's skill. Jordan Ayew shoots, and that's the first attempt with the free kick. It's on target, and that's a great save. Really good save. Good cross here on, headed over the bar. Abdul Rahman. Good skill. Could be a chance here, just needs a finish. On the turn and wide. It's Ayew, it's on target. And Abu Shrent. In it comes again. Oh, great cross! And Sudan get the goal! In added time, Abdul Rahman, who has been their outstanding player all match. And look at the scenes of jubilation from the Sudanese. They do. There is the final whistle. Ghana have been stunned by Sudan at Al Hilal Stadium. Abdul Rahman with the 91st minute winner. Sudan 1, Ghana 0, and Group C is blown wide open thanks to this goal.
Well, 1-0 ended in favor of the North African Sudan, and what that means is that Ghana's qualification to the Continental Showpiece to be hosted in Cameroon in 2 years has now been delayed and would have to wait till March. We'll be telling you the permutations and what the Black Stars have to do. But before that, let's hear from head coach CK Akono, who says that despite the loss, he still saw an improvement in his side's 1-0 loss to Sudan. Now, according to him, the COVID-19 pandemic has not helped in his quest to build a winning team, but he is beginning to see some positives.
I think in all, we did well. We lost to a team that showed more hunger than us, not because we didn't want to do anything, win. Of course, we wanted to win, but if I look at the way we played in Ghana and the way we played here, I feel there's a bit of improvement in terms of containing pressure and all that. But of course also the way we prepared before these 2 assignments was not an easy one, and so at the end we had more the necessary guys that we need, those we need to be on board, and they came in. Unfortunately, they did their best, but it wasn't enough. Those who had a chance to play did their part. But of course, it wasn't enough for us to carry the day. Of course, we played without many key players, and the likes of the captain, Kudus, and other people. And so, looking at all this, I strongly believe that we did well. What I can say is that we learned from this mistake, from the mistakes we've made, and of course, in March we have 2 matches coming on, and I strongly believe, and I can assure any Ghanaians that we'll do our best to qualify. After the Turkey friendlies, there were a lot of issues concerning the COVID. Jordan, Edu, and the rest. But I must be honest, I'm not sure. I'm grateful for the fact that they all came. They tried to keep those who were not able to get here on time. They still fought with their clubs to come down, and that is something we can appreciate. Of course, they came, we won the first match we didn't have enough group of players. By the time we were coming to Sudan, I mean, the likes of Wakaso, Majida, Ashmeru, and others joined us on I think the day we played Thursday, and Wakaso and the rest came on Saturday or something. So it's been a very difficult one for me, for myself as a coach, to get the boys on board, and of course to put on board what ought to be done on the field of play. And so we've had few training sessions. Based on these facts, I think one can only appreciate what they've done. I mean, if you look at the way they fought today under uncomfortable conditions, you know, the weather itself, and how these guys tried to frustrate us, and you know, the Sudanese tried to frustrate us before even the match and all that. I think they've done well, and I really appreciate the effort. We are not in normal times, and I think you can only appreciate what they've done. Some of them had it through journey, and they still risk to come, and so I am happy. I strongly believe that once we get ourselves, now we're used to the situation, the FA, myself, the players. I hope that in March, before we assemble again, the COVID will be a bit less, and we'll know how to take care of ourselves in that area.
Well, as CK Akono rightly mentioned, Ghana would have to wait till March before securing qualification. A draw yesterday in Sudan would have been enough to send the Black Stars to the 2022 Africa Cup of Nations, which would be played in Cameroon. But let's now take a look at the group standings and look at the repercussions of that defeat. Ghana still lead the table by 9 points. They're tied with South Africa. But remember, it's head-to-head, and Ghana beat South Africa by 2-0 when the two played in Cape Coast last year. And that's why Ghana is on top of South Africa. Sudan are back in the mix after that win. They have 6 points, and up next for them, they would be playing Sao Tome, and we'll be checking out on that. Remember, just the top two will qualify. 2 more games means 2 of Ghana, South Africa, and Sudan would be qualifying. Now let's do the permutations and the calculations as Ghanaians are usually used to. Ghana have 2 more games. 2 draws would be enough. 1 win out of the 2 should be enough. Ghana losing 2 could possibly see a disaster with the Black Stars not qualifying. 22nd March would be the first match against South Africa. A win against South Africa and Ghana would be to the Africa Cup of Nations. And then they play Sao Tome 8 days later, which should be a comfortable victory. Hopefully, I'm backing my boys this time. I know they disappointed against Sudan, but hopefully the key players, Mohamed Kudus, Andrea Ayew, and Thomas Partey, would be back to wrap up qualification to the tournament, which would be hosted in Cameroon next 2 years.